Hey, Jan, how you doing? And yes, your world is kind of crazy. Crazy big. Oceans and all kinds of things. Only never where I want them to be. I need another 10. I believe it was 100. Let me have a quick double check. Yeah, it's 100. Very well. And there we go. Right, there's the iron nails we need. Nice and safe. Some wood. I think it was leather scraps to make the iron sword. Could be wrong. It's a reasonable guess, though. Yeah, there we are. Now, that takes 20, this takes 20, that takes 20. That takes 30, ye gads. I do not have enough to do all of that. This takes 20 as well. This is 42 versus what I've got right now. 41. It really doesn't seem to be that much better. I would have to spend iron then to improve it as well, so... Oof. No, but I think an iron sword, increasing my killing power is probably a really wise idea. But the mace is a different weapon type. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts up there, Jan. That's really kind of you. Thank you. Right, well... we've reserved the nails we need for the boat. It looks like peeps wanted us to go for the axe more than the sword. So given that, I say mace. I fear, Duffelfish, that the pole said axe. And so axe it shall be. Dunk. Depending on how much iron is still over here, we've got 5 in there and 4 in there. We've got enough to get the sword anyway. Or indeed the mace, depending on what we go for. Let's go and pop this bronze mace back. Bronze axe, rather. I really need to drop off these different arrow types, so I'm not going to use them. That's better. Drop off the leather scraps. And now, let's go and try out this axe. Got a couple of things we can try out. First and foremost, we're going to try out the pickaxe on some stone. More or less the same number of hits as they were before. That one was a little bit more destructive. There we go. And down it goes. Ow. Still takes the same number of hits to separate a tree into logs, though. Cutting the tree down, I'm fairly certain this axe is a few turns faster, but cutting it into logs, more or less the same. And yeah, the durability is 175 there. I'm fairly certain that our previous axe was upgraded and had that kind of durability on it. Bearing in mind, all of the items that we're looking at right now are... This is their default, they're level 1. Whereas all of the items that we've got right now are level 2s, 3s. One is even a level 4. So it's hard to make a straight comparison. But I'm very happy with the shield. The shield is a big upgrade for us. Alright, time for me to go sleep. Enjoy the Iron Age, folks. Good night. I'll take care, buddy. Yeah, I can compare them on the crafting menu, but it's a lot easier if I compare it in my inventory, or at least I find it easier. Like in here, the bronze axe there. This does 20 points more damage. Iron Greaves. Durability of 1,000 though. It's kind of bonkers. $20 points more damage on the iron sword. And 15 points more blocking power on the banded shield. Oh, take care, Tiberian kid. And yeah, you do lose your ability when you switch to a tool that you haven't upgraded yet. That's very true. Upgrading that is so tempting. So incredibly tempting. Go. Perfect. Yeah, Urban Knight, it's going well, mate. Thanks for asking. How about yourself? Right, we've now got the 20 that we need, and I am gonna go for the sword. Well, I could go for the mace. This is the difficult part. Sword or mace? I imagine there's probably still the same amount of damage difference between the two. So, for example, bronze mace to iron mace is 35 to 55, and bronze sword to iron sword is 35 to 55. So there's no real difference between these. Oh, ancient bark spear. I'll have a look at that. Yeah, much the same. So it really comes down to the attacks, the kind of attack moveset. Prophet of Murphy, thank you very much for the 4 months there. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. How do you pass up a mace? Easily. my sword can stab, which is really useful for backstabbing in dungeons. Oh yes, the spear is one-handed, but I'm not sure I want it. Because when I was using the spear before, right at the beginning of this whole playthrough, I just didn't feel it worked too well. I kept missing things because it would stab above them or stab below them. It was quite a finicky one. Yeah, as Bentham says, the spear is annoyingly jank. I want to like it. I do like being able to throw it, but yeah. That is absolutely untrue. Breacherin. You know what Vikings did? Do you really know what they did? Used the advantages that they had. If sneaking was the way to go, sneaking was the way to go. If setting a trap was the way to go, setting a trap is what they did. The Vikings were successful because they didn't give in to such tropes. Exactly, DeRose. They attacked at night or early morning, rarely head on. Why would they? You didn't think pillaging a monastery is fighting up close and personal, looking their enemies in the eyes? No, it's slitting the throats of monks. That's not. There's nothing. Vikings, such manly men. No. Very successful attackers. Exceptionally successful at what they did because they didn't care about such ego and vanity. Marius, go with the sword. It would be best for making skeletons bleed. A mace would probably have no effect on them. The sword obliterates skeletons. It's probably not the right tool for it, but it appears that in my hand, the wrong tool is perfectly adequate. I'm just that good. Joking aside, though, I take out skeletons with a single blow from the sword, so, fussing over damage types seems unimportant right now. Perhaps there is a different enemy, though. But everyone seems to fall back on skeletons. Skeletons have not been an issue for me since I met them. And I've been fighting them with the sword the entire time. I kill skeletons in one shot with a thrust from the sword just as often as anything else. Draugr, though, things with flesh, now they take a couple of hits. So the only enemies I fear are the logs. To be fair, yeah. Especially the ones wielded by trolls. They have a funny way of really ruining my day. But I think enough discussion. It's either going to be the mace or it's going to be the sword. And actually, this will be a good decider. Does anyone happen to know if the move set for weapons is the same between the weaker versions as the strong? So, for example, a wooden club, does it have the same move set as an iron mace, for example, because that allows me to try before I buy without committing. Because right now, oh damn it, to try anything means I have to commit all of the remainder of my resources to that one thing. No take backsies. Can't just smelt it back down. And while we're having that, while I'm waiting for it to check in with chat on that one, let's go and chop down some trees. They're very, very similar. They have the same movement. Okay, that's brilliant. What I'll do is I'll grab some wood. I'll make a mace. So I don't think I've got a spare wood in the house. Bye. Passively harvesting wood all the way down the hill. Well done, log. Oh, wow. I did not parry in time. I think it was because I was facing away, so in addition to pulling my shield up, I also had to turn to face. A wooden club does not have the secondary attack. Oh, okay. Right, well, let's go and... yeah, I need to get some more food, but... let's find out. Oops, wrong one. Actually, before I make a wooden club, I'm going to check if I don't actually have one here. I think I upgraded from the club so long ago, though. Yeah, I don't have it here. Now, there's probably a wooden club back at Fair Nights, but not here. Discotrin, thank you very much for the raid there. Hello. How are you all doing? Alright, let's make the club and just see what its movesets are. So. Right. There's a decent enough moveset. Apparently the copper, the bronze and the iron mace have a secondary attack. You just picked up the game and you're going to be checking it out tomorrow. Fantastic, mate. I hope you have as much fun as I'm having. And I am having, frankly, criminal amounts of fun with it. The secondary is a heavy upswing. Okay. Parry force is 30, parry bonus is 2, knockback is 90. Now that might be a problem in that those of you who have used the mace from time to time, do you find that the knockback sometimes knocks enemies outside of your ability to continue an attack combo on them? Because that sometimes happens with games where a weapon has a particular knockback. Sometimes it can end up actually working against you. Knockback isn't a problem on any enemy but on the plains. How do you mean? So it knocks the goblins back, does it? In close quarters, dungeons, etc., it shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lady Sheila. Diolch yn fawr for the shout out there. Oh, you're playing Star Citizen. Nice. I have not played that. I have watched a couple of people play it, and I've quite often thought it looks gorgeous. But my more or less the extent of my actual knowledge of the game isn't about the game, but about people who bought and sold chips for real money. Gonna be honest on that one. Okay, the goblins are very susceptible to knockback, and they will get bonked out of range for successive swings. Other than that, I haven't really noticed any enemy react to the knockback at all. Okay, well, I mean, it's one or t'other. I need to grab the leather either way. We'll give it a shot. I may dislike it, and if I do, then it shouldn't take me too long to get the materials to make a sword. And this will be the first mace I've had in a long while, so it's fair to give it a shot, I think. I was really uncertain on whether I would or not, because I am very comfortable with the sword. And of course, it is going to have to overcome the fact that my sword skill is very high, but my mace skill is not. Actually, that's a good point. Let me just double check one last thing. I've been fussing about a bunch of stuff, but what I need to see is 17 to 33. Ooh, 26 to 42. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. So 9 points on the lowest. Yeah, 9 points on the upper as well. It's a 9-point difference all across. The yellow levels are from my... sorry, the yellow numbers are my skills taken into account, yeah. Balur... blunt damage, better against skeletons. No. It literally doesn't matter. I one-shot skeletons with my sword. Yeah, Filthy V, that's literally what we're talking about. Where we were having a look, because to make the mace viable, it needs to be able to compete with my sword. Between the two, I find the mace to be more fun. Now that's a good argument. Yeah, anyway, like I said, we'll see how the mace goes, but I may end up just switching back to the sword as soon as I've got enough iron, purely based on the fact that I've already got a high skill there. But we'll go ahead and make it, but it is definitely something worth bearing in mind, because that is a lot less damage. Filthy Feet. Yeah, no, that's a completely fair comment. Versus this. Honestly, their moveset is exactly the same under normal operation. The only thing that's different is their their secondary attack. They are exactly the same otherwise. So in terms of preference, do I prefer an upswing? With a bit of a step forward? or a precise thrust. I don't even think there's much in it with that either, honestly. I tried sword and mace, and I still prefer the dagger and sneaky attacks with it. Yeah, that's fair. I may actually have enough materials, you know, to try out the abyssal dagger too. I wonder. It's 11. How much chitin do I need to make the dagger? More, it seems. Yeah, 20. Okay, so that's a no. But it's been a long time since I used the dagger. I don't necessarily think that would be something I'd be going for. Regardless. Alright, pretty happy with that. Let's drop this off. And add iron up there. There we go. Out of curiosity, are there any enemies that are particularly susceptible to swords? Because everyone was pointing out that maces are more useful against skeletons. Not that I've noticed the difference, but then my sword has always been stronger. Are there enemies that tend to be more susceptible to sharp and pierce weapons? I'm fairly certain that skeletons are only resistant to pierce, though, and a sword is slash. They're resistant to bows. They may be susceptible to blunt, though. I don't know if it's just because Aavak has spent so long building stuff, but it seems weird that you're unlocking new weapon types this far into the game. Well, the only weapon type I've really unlocked is the harpoon. I'm just upgrading the other stuff. I used the club right at the beginning of the game. Trolls are weak to pierce, so that would be daggers and arrows. Yeah. It's classic D&D rules. Beings with smooth are weak to slash, with scales are weak to pierce, and undead weak to blunt. To Roseman, that would imply that trolls are weak to slash rather than pierce, which Bedbug just said. Regardless, though, time for us to cook up some neck, I think. Let's get that on the go. Also, let's get the poison resistance potions. We don't have any more jam. I could go and get some more blueberries. Now, if we use the portal to go back to Wraithguard, we've got a couple of spots down there that I can investigate. But there was something over here which was like some sort of flaming area. And I am wondering if that might not be the boss arena. Because I've not seen any orange flame elsewhere so far. But granted, that's literally the extent of my exploration in the swamp biome, so might not be anything. And I completely forgot and let my necks cook into coal. Not that I needed more coal. Damn it. That's what I get for reading chat. Okay, we need to go get some food then. Because I don't have any jam left, and well, actually, you know what I could do is I could plant the carrots. Oh, the cultivator's up here. There we go. Womp womp. Really? What? Oh. Well, I'm gonna have to go and grab that loot, but that's fine. Mission requirements. We want actual carrots, please. Get these in place. Now, there is at least one more easy to reach crypt down by Wraithguard that we can go and hit to top up the iron supply. Hello over there. Doesn't look like they're interested. They may be smashing my portal, though. The scallywags. Okay, they got stunned fairly handedly with that. Let's go and drop off the bronze sword. This is there's no way this is equivalent damage. Actually, it still is. Wow. Well, we'll see how my skill ups affect it over time. Now, I wonder how the harpoon is going to play into things. That one's going to be an interesting one, I think. I also very much need to start thinking about what we're going to do with stone in my current builds. Whether I rebuild certain parts. I think we could rebuild the hearth in the main hall to make use of the actual hearth object rather than just 2 fire pits. But future builds are definitely going to need some more interesting stuff. More map exploring? I don't want to spoil if you are not aware of it, but you can find something really useful out there. I imagine that's true. I mean, I'm barely into the game. If I couldn't find something useful on the map, I mean, think about what you just said. Look at how much map I have not explored. If you were to imply that there is nothing useful left out there, that would be incredibly disappointing, wouldn't you think? Does the bonfire unlock anything new? I don't think so. It's just a fire that doesn't get affected by what? Oh dear. You're going to sit in the naughty corner and think about what you did. I already knew, but you didn't know I already knew. So you were being a bit of a scallywag there on purpose. You can come back when I decide to give you back your voice, which I control at my leisure. Get used to being arbitrarily the pawn of other people. Pop. We need to get some more meat. Not that boars are particularly a good source of it, honestly. Uh-oh. Not now, game, please. There we go. He's gone mad with power. Or maybe just mad. I saw another streamer using the bonfire as a lighthouse. Yeah, no, that's definitely a possibility. The bonfire scares things away. They don't go near the my lighthouse. Yeah, well, I mean, does everything stay away from it? I know that that Greylings don't like fire.